How you doing, folks? Here with a what is it video. I know you've all been waiting for this moment, and I can feel the joy from you all for this interesting what is it video. So basically, this is a video where I have a lot of shit, and we find out what it is. Well, I say we. I find out what it is from you guys, hopefully. So we'll just get fired in. I've got this big purple job. Now, I'm going to say I think it is Masters of the Universe. But if I say it and it's correct, please tell me that that's correct, or I'm still going to be in the dark just assuming. So I assume this could be Masters of the Universe off a vehicle. I seem to remember having something like this as a kid, and it was like a tank, and when it moved the jaw opened up and down. So it's in quite good condition actually. The pegs aren't burst off or anything, so so I think that's Masters of the Universe, but couldn't be too sure. Next up we've got this kind of staff. I'm thinking maybe, is it Brave Star or is it Master of the Universe? Not sure about that one. Next up, this big chrome sword. Not sure about that at all. Chrome's a bit worn on it, but so that's that. Oh, incidentally, some of the stuff might be cheap shit. I'm not sure, but anyway, this is why I'm doing these videos, to find out what half this stuff is. And anyway, so that's the big chrome sword. Next up, I've got this kind of rubber dragon looking helmet. No maker's mark at all on that one. And then I've got a plastic kind of helmet with a peg in it on the back that looks like it clips into the back of a G.I. Joe or something, but it looks like a helmet to me, so no idea what that is. Next up I've got this. Now this is, I'm pretty damn sure, Master of the Universe, and I think this is for, is it something Joe, what's his name? Clamp Joe? Crap Joe? Clank Joe? Something Joe, and I'm sure that it's an accessory, you can pull one off and pop another one on, and I'm sure that is the gun one you can pop on, so I'm sure that's that. But obviously, just let me know if I'm right or wrong, or tell me what it is. This thing here, Master of the Universe again maybe, not sure. It's slightly thinner, cheaper plastics. That might be something that's just cheap and shit. Over here we've got, I know what this is. This is a G.I. Joe helmet for the action figure Budo. I had this one as a kid, and I have got the complete one. So that's a spare helmet for me. That's good. Also good is I've got the Visionaries, some of these Visionaries helmets. That's Sindar's helmet. That's Darkstorms, the leader of the Darkling Lords. And that's Kravex, who's also a Darkling Lord, and by far my favourite Darkling Lord because he's just fucking mental. This is a Cobra Commander hood for, I had these as a kid. It was like G.I. Joe stroke Action Man. They brought out a wave in this country. I believe it was Duke, Stalker, Cobra Commander and Snake Eyes. I had all four of them. But I didn't realise they'd actually brought others out in America. I think they brought Rock and Roll out. Rock and Roll, I think. Maybe Roadblock. Destro, I think, was one of them. So, but the first wave of Cobra Commander, Duke, Stalker, and a Snake Eyes, I had them all, and that's Cobra Commander's hood. So, that's that. They were quite cool actually. I mean, I was like quite into my Action Man as a kid, and I loved G.I. Joe. That was my favourite toy. So to pull them both together and make the characters an Action Man size, it was brilliant for me. Anyway, I'm rambling on. This thing here, fuck knows what this is. It's some sort of, is it a skeleton mouse? Well, I don't know what that is at all. So if anyone can let me know what that is. I think it does some sort of transformation, or it opens its things out and it can fly. I don't know, I'm just surmising, I've no idea, but so one of those. A kick-ass GoBot, I think it's a GoBot anyway, which turns into a battleship. He's excellent. Chuffed to bits to have him. I'm getting into the GoBots actually. I quite like them. They had some cool transformations back in the day. He's got one that's like a Puggy Machine, or well, Puggy Machine. That's a Scottish thing. A fruit machine. So, it's pretty cool. So I've got this bad boy. He's pretty smart. What else should we go for? We'll go for this thing. This big gun. I think it clamps on the side of something. Probably Master of the Universe again, but interesting to know. So that's that. Also, this mad bit of plastic. It's got a piece on the top. Oh fuck! It's got a piece. Sorry about that. Piece on the top that you push down and it can rotate. It looks like it's off a spaceship or something, or a vehicle. But definitely 80s or 90s. All this stuff is 80s and 90s. Well, I'm almost convinced it is. So that's that piece. No Maker's Mark. So not 100% sure about that. Yep, a couple of guns here. There's this one here. Not sure what the script is with that. It's quite a soft plastic, so I'm sure it's not a Transformers weapon, but it is. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. So this one I'm pretty sure is a Transformers weapon, and I know it's not got a handle, but I think, if I can remember correctly, I had this guy when I was a kid, and you clip that onto his shoulder for some mad reason. I don't know why they had that facility, but he never had it. He couldn't put it in his hand. I mean, I might be talking utter bollocks, but I'm pretty sure that's what that was all about. It was like a shoulder-mounted gun, I think. Could be absolutely rubbish. There's this one here. That is definitely. Is that the one I think is definitely? Aye, that's the one I think is definitely a Transformers gun. It's a bit harder plastic. Looks the business. Also have a fist, which I assume is a Transformers fist, or I could be completely wrong and it could be a knockoff, I'm not sure. I've got another fist here. This is a sort of a blue job. No holes to hold a gun, but it's got a hole underneath. So there's that. There's this little gold axe. Very thin plastic, so I'm not sure about that. Over here we've got a sort of lion missile type thing, or cat of some description, with a big hole in his pus, so I'm not sure what that's all about, but anyway, somebody might know. That is an absolute gem for me to find. That's the wee sword for Lino. Unfortunately my Lino is absolutely battered to buggery, but when I do get a mini Lino I'll have the sword, and it's not bad. It's a little bit bent, but there's no paint wear on it, so that is fantastic. Another one of these sort of plastic. This sword is really bendy. You know, it's made of very, very bendy rubber, so not a Scooby snack what that is. Got a lot of these chrome accessories, chrome guns. There's a blue chrome gun. I seem to remember these, but I'm sure they weren't a big line of toys. I'm sure they're a knockoff line, but I'd really like someone to tell me what these are all about. That'd be ace. There's that sword. I think that might be Master Universe again, or something to that effect. What else have we got? Oh, this wee knife thing here, and this sheath, but I'm pretty sure that's not for that knife. But anywho, also these guns here. These are quite interesting. I'm not sure. I've got two of the same. I've got that one, and I've got that one. They're exactly the same. And that one, I'm thinking maybe they're Star Trek, something like that. Someone let me know. Ace Ventura. We've got this thing over here as well. Not sure what the script is with that. I don't know if that's Turtles, Transformers, I'm not sure. I think that might be Transformers. Sort of chrome thing. Chromed up. This wee grey thing, not very sure what that is. Just a bit of plastic with a wee hole in it. Oh, I think that, is that another? No, it's not. I'm talking rubbish. I thought it was another thing for Trap Joe, but I don't think it is. What else have we got? Another chromed up sword. Beastie chrome sword. This purple sort of weapon, it clips onto an action figure's arm. Probably a knockoff, something like that. These crazy things, two gold claws, chromed up, well, the gold chrome, if that makes sense. Got two of those, so if anybody knows what they are. A couple of missiles, this sort of gold thing. Some of these, I think these are Action Force machine guns. some backpacks for the Action Force, a breastplate, I think that's half a breastplate for Masters of the Universe again, some sort of dragon head. I'm not sure how old or how new that is. That was just in the bottom of the box from a previous load of toys, so that could be vintage or it could be bollocks. I don't know. This thing here, which opens out, it's just a bit of red plastic, but I can't do it now. I can't do it with one hand, but these bits. Here we go. I can. You can. Right. That opens up. Oh, you get the gist. That does that on the other side. Some sort of crazy thing. Don't know if that clips onto somebody or whatnot. Another sort of red backpack, well, lighter plastic. So if anybody knows what that is. Some sort of blue spaceship come gun. Don't know if it's G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe. What's wrong with me? Transformers. I'll say anything but Transformers. G.I. Joe. Fucking Sylvanian families. Transformers. Transformers. I think that might be. That is a shield from, I would think, and I might be wrong, but I think that could be Captain America's shield. But it says on the back here 1990 Marvel China, so I think that's one of the very early Marvel figures. So that's quite cool. So that's that. Another piece of red plastic with a bend on it. This is a lot more sort of sturdy plastic. Quite a cool wee bend in it. So I don't know what that's all about. It clips onto something. I'm thinking I recognise that. That could be from Mask, but yeah, again, I don't know. This crazy sort of vehicle flying jetpack job could be sort of Lannard, or it could be G.I. Joe, but I think it's a bit too shit to be G.I. Joe, so I think it's a Lannard thing, but you never know. This thing here, some sort of rocket thing with two handles, not sure. And then I've got a sticker sheet, and it says 1993 Playmates, stock number 5371. Now, does anybody recognise that? TFD. Oh, I don't know, really don't know, but I've got a complete sticker sheet here, still in the plastic, so I think that's quite incredible. From 1993, so I don't know what that is, but that's that. Alright folks, well, if you can help me out with any of these things, especially the chromed up weapons, I think these are Transformers bits, but as I say, if you could let me know and help me out, I'd really appreciate it. Tell all your pals, get them to watch this video, find out, so we can crack the case and find out what half this stuff is, and then maybe I can reunite it with people who need this stuff, and have been hunting high and low, or maybe it's all for the bin, and it was fun having a wee go. Alright, okay, thanks for watching folks, take it easy, cheers.